This is a little taster into Contego as a company and what it's like to be a foot pest technician at Contego specifically. Contego is set apart by a couple of things really, in terms of physically doing the job. One of them is a first-time fix. I've never experienced such a push at any other company or with any other techs I'm familiar with or I know. I've never seen such a hard push on first-time fixes. Risk reduction via the reporting system. Now this is important here. The report system here is key to a lot of work we do. It's very informative for the client. Also, it keeps us up to date, so I can also see previous technician reports if I haven't visited that site before, so I can see details on where highlighted activity may be, etc. But it really does help us narrow down the risk on site, and it helps us stay informed and keep the client informed. So I'm going to take you on a bit of a journey throughout one of my days. Being a footman, days can vary, but this is just a little example of what I might go through on a day-to-day basis. I'll show you a few bits and bobs on a few jobs. I'll show you a bit of my travelling. Hopefully you enjoy it and it gives you more of a broader perspective on what it is footmen do in pest control. It's been at site 20B. It's a flat. I was there in response to a call out and carry out the first part of a riddance program. I've gone into the flat, tried to locate all the ingress points. There was some noted within the boiler cupboard, some noted within the kitchen kit boards underneath the sink. There was also some noted in the corner of the kitchen next to a cupboard, and there was also a void space in the kitchen where the meter cupboard is located, which they're using as a run. I then went into the front room. I also checked, they've got a boiler space in there which has left a huge ingress point underneath which hasn't been housed correctly, the boiler hasn't been housed correctly, and the space hasn't been filled. So what I've done is I've installed contact gel throughout. Best mode of weapon in this situation. I've left all the ingress points open. For me, that's the best thing to do, because then I know where the mice are coming in and out of, and I can treat that rather than seal all the areas and seal the mice in and then be faced with the task of trying to kill them that way. Much easier to just treat the ingress points where you can guarantee they're coming in and out of with a bit of contact gel. Best weapon we've got in pest control, and hopefully that way mice spend such a percentage of the day grooming themselves, a large percentage of the day grooming themselves. They'll run through that without having to consume it by feeding. They'll be able to groom themselves, which is a natural behaviour they exhibit, and that way they'll consume the poison. I will be speaking to the landlord in there, because I'm in a situation where in a lot of rented properties you will get landlords that want you to fill holes. The first question the lady asked me was, can you fill all the holes? Now if you was to see how many holes were in this property, whether it's not really in my remit to do so, but according to her, that's her first port of call. That's what she'd prefer me to do. What I would do, from experience, is I'd leave those ingress points open below the sink. That way we know they're using them. I can treat them. If I block them and rodents are sealed within the building, the rodents will spread throughout the different rooms, throughout the different floors, and we've got more of a bigger issue. Right now, I can pinpoint where they're coming in and out of, so it makes treating for me so much easier. So my next step would be to carry out the second part of the riddance there, to get an update on activity, to see any evidence of fresh pest activity, to see if any of the contact gel has been smeared. If that's not working, and I can definitely see evidence that mice are in there because of the drop-ins. There has been mice in there for quite a while because some of the drop-ins are old. You can usually tell that by the texture of them or by the colour of them. They start to go a whitish colour. I've used 2 tubes of contact gel on the job, so I've pretty much done everything I can for today's visit.